I'm out here on this fine morning. We're about to start up this train unit right here. Have the vacuum pump set up. I'm gonna get some of the hoses out and we're gonna get things set up, make sure there's still pressure down here. There should be. It looked like it was holding pretty good pressure yesterday. So we can get this vacuum started. I gotta run a thermostat wire. Then hopefully we're gonna start this old bird up and fingers crossed there won't be any problems. This is our moment of truth here. Here is the Z manifold gauge, always connected, no batteries required, always Wi-Fi, as long as you can see it. Looks like we still have pressure on the system right there, so we are good to go. Guys, I have the vacuum pump with a 3/8 hose going over to 1/4 inch. On the bottom valve core remover, it's shut off right now. On the top, we just have our vacuum gauge. It is the Yellow Jacket Y-Jack vac. See, it starts up right there. It's gonna be atmosphere right now. So what we'll do is we'll turn this on. Hopefully it starts up here. Here we go. I'm gonna work this around and open this up. There we go, and away we go. Oh, I'd have to run a thermostat wire out here to the spot where the people stole it. Our vacuum running 35 minutes. So we're gonna turn the micron gauge on and see where we're at. Hit the right button. Since we're at 128 microns, I'm gonna go ahead and blank things off and do the decay test. We'll let it run for another 5 minutes in decay and see how far we've gotten. After about 10 minutes of being blanked off, it's at 120. So I'm just gonna shut it off. I actually know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it running over here because I have to do some more work anyway, so I might as well just keep it running down. All right, let's see if I can't open this ball valve, let some refrigerant in here. Go ahead and let that in there a little bit. We can put those cores back in, then we get a little pressure on it. We'll put the cores back in, then I'll open it up the rest of the way. Looks like our power's back on too. Upstairs, I flipped the breaker. Down here, neither one of the breakers are powering this up, AC1 or AC2. That one's powered up down there, but wired incorrectly. It's kind of, you have your circuit that comes in on the outside 2 lugs and one on the inside 2 lugs. Well, the other one is one of each, which still works. It's just gonna confuse somebody and get them hurt. Get hissing out the top of that one. AC number 1, that's us for right here. It's 20 amps. Got it on there. 250 volts. So what's going on here? There's AC number 2. $250 volts. I also have a breaker laying down here at the bottom. Some random wiring sitting in here, which is not good. I think there's a junction in the crawl space. I'm gonna see if I can't go find it. And I'm gonna turn this off till we get that. We might as well turn this one off too. It's our 30 amp and 20 amp. See if I can't find that junction, see what's going on with this thing. Here is what looks like a junction for the 30 amp, which is the other one. Down there must be the 20 amp. Let's open up that box and we'll see what's going on in there. Both these wires are nutted together in here, and there appears to be no issue with the connection that I can see from the outside. I mean, I could take them apart. We could test it once I turn the breaker on, but I think I might trace this wire back and just see where it goes and see if maybe they wired it to the wrong breaker or something. I think that's probably it. I don't remember if there's any other breakers that were turned off, but we got to figure this out so we can start this unit up. This house has to be painted, and then you have to deal with the humidity in here, which is the HVAC's job. So we need to get at least one of those systems rolling so they can get started. I'm all the way on the other side of the crawl space. This is our wire here. They actually put both these together, which is smart. So right here, so it looks like it is, again, we're talking about this one right here. Goes in to the right of the two gray cables back there. Let me see if I can discern which one that is from the outside, because there's a couple more. There's this one right here, and there's another one right here, but that's more of a, these are distinguished, these are pretty close together because they're both flatter type cables. This one over here is more of a round cable, so we should be able to tell. All right, so we have our breaker here, and we have the red and the black. We have a 3 conductor wire. That's the round wire hooked up to it. So the round wire is the one that's actually going to this breaker, which is labeled for our unit. But one of these two, which is disconnected, is the actual one that runs over there. Why it's disconnected, I have no idea. I guess he just got confused, so I'm trying to figure out which one this is and make sure. It should be this one over here. But we're just gonna put the terminals together on the other end and see how they ohm out. I guess that's it. All right, we're over here at the condenser again. That's more like it. Okay, I'm gonna leave this out and I'm gonna go turn the air handler on upstairs. We'll run it for a minute. All right, let's turn our fan on. Well, fan works. That's good. All right, we can turn it into cooling, run that for a little while. See if that contactor pulls in outside. Oh yeah, nice and cold. Our contactor's pulled in, so as soon as we pop that disconnect, we'll be off to the races. This thing for the first time in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and get my gauges on there and the temperature clamps, and we'll see how we're looking. Y-jack press and our Y-jack wireless temperature clamps. So as you guys can see, the unit is low in refrigerant. We'll probably have to replace it with a different kind of refrigerant, is what I'm guessing, because R22 is so expensive, and at least he can probably advertise it as a new, healthier, earth-friendly refrigerant, because this is a house he's selling, and I'm guessing that'll appeal to the buyer more than restocking it with R22.